Okay. So we've done question 6b. We've retrieved it now. And the first thing we need to do is go into the footer and change the question number into the footer to question 6c. Okay, so that's the first one. And it's an easy mark to just get, but it's also an easy mark to lose. Okay, so go back to view, just click somewhere else so that your view can be activated, and then you can start. Okay, let's look at number 2. Display the formulas. Now you will see on the board here behind me, there is a show formula, red and purple that I'm showing to you. Okay, it's the shortcut for showing formulas. So what that is you're going to press your control button together with what I call waves, or it's a worm, or it is a slangy key, whatever you want to call it. Let me quickly just show for those of you watching the video. Okay, so we're here, and this is our keyboard. And so we'll use that control and that little thing. Do you see if you zoom in that, okay, maybe not as much here, but it looks like a wave, okay, or like a wiggly worm, whatever you want to call it. Now, if you press control and then that button over there, you are going to get the show formula. So if you quickly look at my screen, what I'm currently doing is I'm pressing control and then I'm pressing that. Can you see all of the formulas I've ever used in this spreadsheet is showing now? Can you see that? Okay, if that, I know not everybody is fond of shortcuts, and that's okay. Then there's another way. You're going to go to formulas. Can you see there? And then you're going to just say show formulas. That's the same thing. So when they ask you there by number 2 to display the formulas, they are actually asking you to press control slangy key or control wiggly worm or whatever you want to call it. Or you can go to formulas and say show formulas. Okay, so that is what it says. Display means show formulas. Are you with me? Okay, why do you think they ask that? Why do you think they're asking you to show your formulas? Because remember in N4, I don't know if you can think back, there was actually a way to manipulate it without using formulas. There was no way for the examiner to see that you really use some. Maybe if you were a mathematician, you could quickly count this dun, 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 and give me an answer. You would still get your marks because there's no way for me to see if you've used a formula or a function. Are you with me? By the way, what is the difference again between a formula and a function? Formula, division, subtraction, multiplication, addition. The function is built in. Sum, if, count, if, average, large, small, min, max. Okay. So that is the reason why I'm asking you number 2. I mark your formulas. So you have to know your formulas and you have to understand or you have to know your functions and understand. Okay. Now, number 3 is asking you to adjust the column width so that all the formula are legible. Okay, meaning that moet leesbaar wees. I need to see. Okay, now in N6, what we normally teach you is we hide the columns, but we don't do that as part of your curriculum. So the best way for you to change your setting is you can double click anywhere. Okay, so that can you see if I double click in between, it takes it to the smallest amount that it can be. Because look here, if you don't do that, you're going to do that, and then it's going to take away the if. Okay, can you see that? So by clicking in between your columns, it's making sure that everything is legible. So it's taking the maximum amount away so that you can still read whatever is in your columns. Are you with me, darlings? Okay, so that's what you do in number 3. But actually, before you do that, I want you to get into the habit of just going to page layout and just changing the orientation of what it's asked. Because sometimes you're working in portrait and now you're adjusting your columns and then there's just no way for you to fit it in. Do you see this perforated line? Now, if you're in portrait, look what's going to happen. You are not going to get, there's the perforated line. Now you're going to sit till Christmas for your stuff to fit in. Does it make sense? So first go, read by number 5. You must stop reading at print. You print and then you print. But there's a whole sentence of instructions there. You must print it on a landscape. So you landscape it and then you will see it actually fits in nicely. Do you see that perforated line there, darlings? That means that is where your page will end. Okay, does that make sense? And then normally there's one here at the bottom as well. There it is, I missed it now. There it is, between 49 and 50. In other words, if you make it a bit smaller, you will see that each one of these blocks is a page on Excel. Are you with me, darlings? Did you know that? Okay, now you do. Okay, sometimes this happens. Né? Look here, where's my stuff? Then you stress like there's no tomorrow. Just make sure that everything is aligned. You take that back and you take that up. You can see here if this thing is all the way there that you are maybe in a wrong place. Okay, you can see maybe sometimes you're not in the right place. You're in S. Where does your spreadsheet start? At I. So just take it back. Okay, maybe it hasn't happened to you, maybe it has. But if it has happened to you, you know what I'm talking. It is a bit stressful. Okay, so I'm at number 5. We've changed our landscape with row, and then we're going to quickly check how we're going to print that with the headings. Please, darlings, I don't know if your lecturer in Info showed you how to fit to a page, but if they did, please forget it. Okay, the reason for that is, yes, your stuff will be beautifully fitted on a page, but you must remember the computer will do whatever it takes to fit your sheet on a page. Okay, and that means it will make it so small that I won't be able to mark your work. Then you're going to get 0. So rather lose 1 mark for not printing it on a page, and at least I can see your thing. So please, we only ever ask you fit to a page in N6. Sometimes it can be asked in N5, but we will ask you that. We will say you can make use of fit to page. Okay? I'm not even going to show you where it is, because then you're going to be kind of vulnerable to use it, and we are not going to use it. Okay, so it even says they do not use that, please. Okay, now what's the next thing there? You need to be able to print with headings. Okay, now let me quickly show you the difference. I know I have, but let's just revise. There is no 1 2 3 4 what here. Can you see that? There's also not ABC don here. Okay, that means there's no row or column headings. How do I get that to show? I go to page layout and I click on my headings and I say print. Can you see I clicked print? And I go to file and I go print, and then all of my headings are there. Okay, you will see that mine is going over to 6 pages because of that image. But if I delete that image, let's just delete it quickly, and I go back to file print, it's 1. Darlings, this is actually a very good way to test yourself. Before you print, make sure that it's 1 page. I can promise you, an examiner will not, very little, probably less than 1% chance for you to print something over 2 pages. Is horrendous to mark. Okay, so if your thing says 1 of 2 pages, go and check if you cannot maybe double click in between. But you're not going to do this for me. Ooh, then you stress, then that happens. Double click in between the F and the G. Surely you can do that. Okay, so that is number 5. Okay, so let's quickly say save as. We're going to save this as in our folder as question C. Okay, And then I'm going to close this up because I want to show you now what you're going to do is in number D, you are going to open that again. You're going to open up C, and I see our time is little, so I'm going to actually stop here and go on with graphs in the next section.